Welcome to Trapper Keeper, podcast where we recap mountain monsters. Each episode we go through an adventure with the boys of Ames, Appalachian something as they hunt creepers
Creepers.
as they hunt creepers around
So okay.
Appalachian Mountains.
Appalachian investigators of mysterious sightings.
Yeah.
They're hunting cryptids, not creepers. This is not
Some
mine.
are creepers, probably. Yeah.
Some of them are freaks.
Yeah.
We're now on the second episode.
Yeah, the show features creepers for sure. There are creepers in the show. They're just not the ones that are being hunted.
Yeah. Welcome.
Welcome. Episode 2.
Episode 2.
Trapper Keeper.
Trapper
Episode 2.
Keeper.
Season 1, Episode 2 of Mountain Monsters. And let's start. We're going to start every episode with a roll call just so we keep in mind who our cast of characters are. Number 1, we got Trapper, the team leader. If you picture an old white man, he's in a kind of, old-timey prospector outfit, bandana on neck. We got Buck, the rookie, young white man with a bandana always on his head. Huckleberry, security. There's another old white man with a beard, another prospector look, but this one is bigger, kind of size up Trapper, and that's what we got.
Yes.
We got Jeff, the researcher, who's an old white man with a beard and overalls, and kind of has a Santa vibe, I would say.
Yes.
We got Willie, the trap builder, not to be confused with Trapper. He's a middle-aged white man. He's mostly in camo, kind of Charlie Day fits, like old army outfits. And we got Wild Bill, the expert tracker, who's a middle-aged white man with generally in a tank top, and is potentially toughest to understand of the 3, or of the 5, however many there are. Yeah. They kind of blend together, honestly. Episode 2 is titled The Devil Dog of Logan County. So, this time we're finally back in the Ames team's home turf, West Virginia. So I'm sure we won't hear any of that. I've never heard anything like that before. We don't have that in West Virginia. Bullshit. Trapper says that he bear hunts near Logan County, so he's familiar with the area. They're in Hatfield-McCoy territory, which were a feuding West Virginia families in the 1800s. I believe it was like the Civil War. There were 2 kind of like blood feud clans going on there. Mm-hmm. One was on the north, one was on the south, and they kept kind of pew, 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 bang, 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 So Buck opens the driving kind of yap sesh that they love to do at the start of their episodes with a joke about how he went to school with a Hatfield and a McCoy, and he was like, I just wanted to offer him $50 and say, "Let's go, brothers. Let's restart this thing." So he wanted to reignite a very bloody family blood feud. So they're investigating reports of dead coyotes in the area, drained of blood. Some of them are missing their livers. Jeff, drawing on years of, as he describes it, researching different things, deduces that a chupacabra could be responsible, but there's a slight hole in that plan because the chupacabra is not known to operate in the area. So, that's what research tells you, you got to follow the data. The research instead points to the devil dog, which he describes as a very vicious, and he's a coyote killer. So, pretty good match as well. The creature has 3 toes, apparently, and is about 3 feet tall and 180 to 200 pounds. The CGI model that we're shown is, I think it's the same Wolfman head, pretty much.
Yeah.
But it's on like a jacked dog body. Like it looks kind of like an American Bully or like a tough like pit bull.
They were
basically
Victor Frankensteining the shit out of them CGI assets.
They were using those assets. Those assets.
They were in use this time.
They were for sure, and they're driving to meet, I think, somebody that JD is excited to see.
Let's go,
Shoeless Terry. Tag on the screen. I love. Did you catch that?
No.
They like to have like when they have the witness, they'll be like, Joe, expert hunter. Terry's is Terry, shoeless hermit.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I wrote that down. I think I just got overwhelmed by the fact that he was shoeless.
He was indeed shoeless. They show the feet a lot.
Yeah, I just put that his name was Shoeless Terry. I I wasn't like, no, that's not his name. That is his full name.
He's a shoeless hermit.
Mm-hmm.
Terry, yeah, indeed shoeless. We see his feet quite a bit.
So much.
Yeah, he quote, I deer hunt this way, I never get sick. Asked if he takes any herbal medicine, he responds, Copenhagen, which is dip, coffee and aspirin. That's it. If one of those things can't cure you, it can't possibly be wrong with you.
I did not catch the first one, whether it be because I was focused on how much coffee he seems to be drinking. What is the first one again?
Copenhagen, which is a tobacco dip that you put in your lips. And,
okay, all right.
Yeah, your Copenhagen dip, madam. These gums are too good for grizzly. Okay, never mind. We don't need to get into dip. The crew laughs, but the ominous music kicks in as Shoeless Terry describes the only time in his life that he's ever felt fear. So Shoeless Terry was standing by the edge of a creek, and he saw a pack of creatures across the creek staring at him. Shoeless Terry says that the devil dogs would definitely kill humans with no problem. We haven't got the tools to fight something like that. Terry, I will remind you, does not even have shoes.
No.
So totally possible in his case that he does not have the tools to kill a big dog. Most, I think, other people might. Humans have developed things that could kill a dog, honestly.
Terry Shoeless does not have them.
Shoeless Terry, yeah, no, he's not getting it. He's not going to toe to toe, toe to three toes.
Toe to three toes.
Yeah.
Diabolical.
Buck asks Shoeless Terry to clarify what he meant by a pack, and he's like, did you mean like 5 or 6 dogs? Then Terry tells him it was between 5 and 8. And Trapper is floored. He's like, nobody's ever seen more than 2 devil dogs, or even seen 2 devil dogs before. So mind-blowing stuff here. Shoeless Terry says, the best I can describe it is just evil. As he stared down the leader of the pack, a red-eyed white alpha female. Shoeless Terry... Yes,
girl boss.
Girl boss.
Gaslight, gatekeep. Yes, mama, a girl boss behind you.
Steve says he's also found several coyotes dead with no tooth marks. Huckleberry says you can tell Shoeless Terry saw something because you can see it in his eyes. But I feel like Huckleberry's not really buying it. I just don't feel like he sells that delivery on that line, I feel like he's like a little doubtful by maybe it's the fact he's shoeless that has Huckleberry feeling a little doubtful. But
does he have sort of anything against people without shoes?
I don't know. Well, we see Huckleberry's feet at a later point as well. So
okay, never mind.
Yeah. Shoeless Terry waited for the devil dog pack to leave, and according to Trapper, this was likely what saved his life. So let that be known. If you're facing devil dogs, just stand there, and they will eventually go away. Do not
run, especially if you're not wearing shoes. That's unsafe in the woods, probably.
Yeah. The devil dogs want those toes because they're short on them, so they need more.
That's their motivation, is that they don't have enough toes, so they're out to get you for your toes.
They're the toe hunters.
Nasty.
I'm registering toehunters.com as a domain right now.
That's where our merch will come from. Our Barilla muscle t-shirts will be on. Yeah, what was the website again, then?
Toehunters.com.
All right. Make sure to send that to yourself in a letter so that it's copyrighted.
Toehunters.xxx.
Right.
Trapper. Yeah. Night 1 investigations begin with Buck, Huckleberry, and Jeff and Trapper. So full stack. Trapper is 100% certain that the devil dog alpha female is going to attack them. They walk along Shoeless Terry's creek, distracted by multiple twigs cracking, while Jeff looks in his infrared camera for any signs of life. Buck says, devil dogs are nocturnal. They can see at night. We could easily be their dinner, which is almost exactly what it said in the pilot. Buck walks up a hill towards a small rocky overhang, which we've learned in the first episode is like the most dangerous place to be when hunting a nocturnal canine creature. Creeper.
Critter.
Critter is a great word. Critter is very Mountain Monsters term, I think.
Just getting on it. Getting on brand.
Yeah. As Buck walks towards the overhang, right above Buck, there are 2 heat signatures walking along the ledge, right within killing distance of Buck. Buck hears movement, but he sees nothing as the devil dogs retreat behind the cliff. Buck says it was way too close to comfort, and that he needs new britches. So he shit his pants.
All right, I got that one. I got that one. He shit his pants.
There we go. Huckleberry goes to Willie's to discuss the need for a trap. As Huckleberry enters, Wild Bill is smacking a 2x4 on a picnic table for no reason that I could tell.
What? I don't. Do I black out whenever someone says something insane in the show?
He's literally just holding a piece of wood and he's smacking it on there, and like Willie is down like on his knees. It's a strange scene that you walk into where you're just like, this is, what were you guys doing? What we're supposed to believe this was like.
just like a typical day in the workshop. Actually,
boys working in the workshop, just pounding my
We're from the city. We don't know if that was like some new form of like softening the wood. I don't know. You soften meat, you hit it.
He's tenderizing the wood. Do you think? Yeah.
What is it? 4 by whatever. He's tenderizing the wood.
Maybe Willie and Wild Bill get up to some wood beating in the workshop. It's possible. It's not. Who knows? Huckleberry gets Willie up to speed. Devil Dog is 5 feet long and broad-shouldered. A lot of broad-shouldered monsters in this one.
Oh my god.
Willie says like a 5 to 6 foot trap should work, but Huckleberry points out that the only problem with that is that there's more than one of them. Oof. Willie asks if there's 2, and Huckleberry says between 8 and 9. So you'll notice a trend. The number, the pack size is going up every time they say the pack size.
Yeah, because you know what's crazy? When I wrote it down, I had 6. I put 6 to 7, so it's now big.
It growls out those devil dogs once they start breeding. They
just they're rabbits.
It's Wild Bill points out that that's whole pack. That's definitely gonna take a big old trap, Willie, and the big old colony trap, big and long, so you can get in it. Willie goes,
what on God's green earth? You're getting. I believe that by episode 20, you are going to get.
I will only speak like Wild Bill,
and you're gonna. He has instead of saying like or whatever, he goes. You're gonna get that.
I'll develop that for sure.
We're gonna be recording a random episode of the regular podcast, and I'm gonna hear that, and I'm gonna be like, "Wild Bill is in the room right now."
There's some performance-enhancing drugs I think could help me get there.
Oh my god! All right, okay, I do have Adderall. I will send that to you in the mail.
There we go. That's right ballpark, I think. Willie goes to a nearby abandoned farm to source materials for the devil dog trap. Meanwhile, Buck, Trapper, and Jeff meet with Richard, farmer. Another witness who's come across some dead coyotes. Richard found a dead coyote that had been chewed up on. Trapper translates Richard that his cows had been calving, and the devil dog was likely killing coyotes to eliminate the competition. Richard then pulls out his phone and shows a video that's way too clear, I think.
Yeah.
This episode is already where you're like, okay, come on now. Yeah. Be fucking for real.
Yeah.
It's it looks like a CGI hairless dog running on a hill.
Yeah.
And Trapper reassures Richard that he's in more danger than his cows because devil dogs are notorious for attacking people. So don't worry about the cows. Worry about yourself. Protect your own neck. They decide to hunt for the distinct 3-toed devil tracks. Trapper pretty much immediately finds a track. We get the Squidward tentacle walking noise to confirm that there are only 3 toes. Willie finds an abandoned farm building and sets Wild Bill loose to tear the building to pieces for Scraps of track.
They're using that man like a weapon.
He's used like a literal fucking wrecking ball. You see Wild Bill swing into
they are weaponizing the farm building, Wild Bill.
Wild Bill is a force of nature. I love Wild Bill. God, what a guy. Willie finds a dead decomposing possum and confirms that it's dead by sticking his nose into it, I would say. That's he's really up in it. Willie and Huckleberry take turns bragging about their skills with chainsaws. Did you catch this? I'm sure you did.
I have a quote.
Yeah. Let's see. I got a couple of quotes.
Let's see if we were on the dog. Okay.
We can run through. Do you have both quotes? Do you have both of them? Do you want to act this out?
I only have one, unfortunately.
Okay. Willie says that he could, quote, take the stitches out of a stray cat without hurting the fur. And then I'm guessing that you have the other one because you have Huckleberry's.
The one
Huckleberry says that you could. He
wipe
could
his ass with a chainsaw
if he'd stand still. Another.
What?
Willie shuts it down, I think, but I think this is another peak of kind of Huckleberry's inner workings, you know?
The inner workings of Huckleberry.
Yeah, like Huckleberry, he's very into Buck being a little teddy bear. He's into the idea of wiping a man's ass with a chainsaw.
Oh God!
If he's saying so, just
If you listen,
yeah, I think Willie's basically like, nah, I won't do that.
He's like,
no, it's not gonna happen. No,
he said pause.
Pause. He didn't say pause, basically. Yeah,
he said pause.
Yeah. So Huckleberry. I see.
I literally put wipe his ass with a chainsaw. ... Is this friendship?
I'm a fella. I've got some guy friends. I've not what I'm talking about. Fellas, if your circle isn't discussing wiping asses with chainsaws, get yourself a new circle. Your network is your net worth, brother.
Oh my God! Gotta surround yourself with high value people who know how to control a chainsaw.
Well, yeah, how to take the shit out of someone's ass with a chainsaw.
Oh my God! Help me.
This is the kind of shit we're dealing with. Yeah, Willie shuts that down. She's like, no. But the investigators, so they go to meet Seth, Snare Trapper. Seth has been finding dead coyotes around his property. Buck, who is, as we discussed, is kind of the questioning mind, the naysayer, the what do you call it, the cynic of the group, poses the question: couldn't this be a bear or a mountain lion or bobcat that's killing the coyotes? Seth and Trapper double team him immediately. And they're like, these animals, they don't kill, it's just a kill. That's ridiculous. What are you talking about, Buck? Fucking idiot.
You
fucking dumbass.
Why would you even say that, dog?
You don't even, what the fuck do you even know, bro?
Do
you fucking for real
go here, dude?
Buck?
What the fuck, dude?
The fuck, Buck? Seth also caught an image of a mysterious creature on a trail cam, which he pulls out of a manila envelope that he's been carrying around. The shot features more undeniable, very clear proof of 3 dogs in a night shot. They're very clearly 3 dogs. Seth then reveals that he also has a photo in color showing a dark dog ass. Buck continues to push back, asking if it's a coyote with mange. Trapper shuts this down, and he says that devil dogs have thin hair, so it must be a devil dog. Willie explains this next trap, which again is not as complicated as the drop trap, but it's something.
Tell us the name, man.
Oh, the name of this one?
Yeah,
I don't think I got the name of this one. What they call it, like a?
This one was a
pack trap or something like that, right?
It's a box trap.
A box trap. Okay, thank you. Yeah, it's a long rectangular box with a door that closes to the front and a trigger in the back that closes the door. So you walk in there, you walk to the back, and then you touch that thing in the back, and door closes. Wild Bill helps build a trap and responds to Trapper's warnings to be careful with, "I ain't afraid of Jack Healy Squat," as he wings a small carpentry hammer like a baseball bat at the side of a piece of wood. He's going like it's wild. Which, he lives up to the name, Wild Bill. He stay wild.
Lord.
That boy stay wild. Willie's finishing touch is to cover the trap in pine limbs so that it, quote, perfectly blends into the environment. He cuts down a tree with a chainsaw.
Cuts down a fucking tree.
That's right.
Cannot believe that he just chopped the tree down. I thought they were gonna cut away and the tree was down. No, it is a tree. It's an entire tree, guys. Yeah, it's
Willie
an
knows what
entire
he's
tree.
Doing. He takes the tree's life. But that's country living, JD. You gotta just.
I thought they'd
sometimes when you're trying to catch a devil dog, you gotta break a couple trees.
I thought they'd pan away and pretend that he cut a tree down. I don't know. Was that
he actually cuts a tree. So
can you just cut a tree down in the woods?
Shit, I don't know. They're probably on somebody's property, or they're probably on Seth's property.
Okay. Seth was go ahead and cut any tree down. Go ahead and
cut that one down. I need to take it down anyway. So cut the tree down, and then we see Buck drill a twig into the side of the trap, and then we get the reveal that 80% of the trap is still perfectly visible. It's not covered at all by limbs. It's very apparent that it's a big box in the woods. Trapper shows off his own contribution to the trap, a large glass jar that he calls his a scent pad. Yeah,
I was giving it my own names.
What did you give it?
I said Jar of Doom, Cursed Pickles, Bad Gamer Water, Hunter Water, Trapper's Secret Stuff, and cursed sauerkraut.
Yeah, it's all pretty bad. It's a mixture primarily of coyote blood and glands. The glands are sourced from the coyote's rectum, so it's a coyote ass fermented jar with also, he said, like squirrel blood and just bits of like roadkill and shit.
Do you think he's like the fourth witch in that in fucking Macbeth? Like Rome was like over a cauldron
on some bubble toil trouble type
yeah
shit?
What is it?
Bubble type beat? Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
How did you know that this would work? Is that just like, is this like, is okay, once again, city boy, is this just a concoction that exists?
You know, this is, again, I'm another city boy. I can't speak definitively as to whether in Appalachia it's normal to just collect coyote ass juice in jars. You know, I get the thinking that like a predator would be drawn to the smell.
Yeah, I get like the pheromones hormone thingy.
Yeah, just like the meat smell, because it's definitely, you know, that's a juicy smell for sure. Wild Bill sticks his whole nose in the jar, and then he's like, "Look, take a hit," which I think is pretty revealing language from Wild Bill. I think he's definitely, you know, known to huff. Buck refuses, but then Trapper insists that Buck move the contents of the big jar into a smaller jar, which, you know, this is where we get another kind of jackass moment of like Buck basically trying not to throw up as he transfers coyote ass juice between jars. Yeah.
Do we think that was a real jar of stuff?
It looked pretty fucking nasty. I mean, look, whatever it is.
Because Buck his reaction was,
you know,
like,
it smelled crazy there.
Sorry about that. ASMR, bad ASMR. But he was really like, it's a visceral, like, garp.
I could believe it. I think that people, I could believe that people are keeping a little bit of a fermented meat to kind of draw, like for hunting purposes, probably getting rid of varmints and stuff. So I could believe it's a stinky jar. I can believe it smelled crazy.
That's not the answer I wanted.
I mean, it looked pretty fucking nasty.
It looks so nasty.
Yeah. I mean, you know, maybe Buck's just the best actor of all of them. I don't think so, though.
Daytime Emmy, let's go.
Daytime Emmy for our boy.
Let's go.
Short King Buck. Trap is set and baited. Wild Bill spells out the plan. Once that sun goes down, we're gonna see if we can have one more, maybe 8 or 10 of them pack of devil dogs in that cage. So it's gone up again. I'm talking 8 to 10. The night of the final hunt commences. The strategy, I feel like my Wild Bill is kind of an Elvis.
You know what? Maybe
kind of
you know, I think it's still good though. What if
I'll work on it. I'll nail it.
What if the Wild Bill is just Elvis in like a different, like the Elvis accent in a different body? Like we're just like,
yeah, that's right. Like it's a reincarnated Elvis.
Yeah. That
remained in the hills of Appalachia.
Yeah.
No, that's possible. You can say that. It's the king for sure. So the strategy seems basically the same as the Wolfman hunt. They're going to flush the devil dogs towards the trap. Buck remains doubtful that there are any devil dogs, but he keeps his doubts to the talking head segments this time, rather than share it with the group and get totally owned by everyone else. Trapper says the devil dogs get bolder with numbers, so that they're probably in greater danger than ever before. Wild Bill finds a track. Willie finds what they say is a long white hair, but it's like that, you know, night infrared footage, so it's pretty much impossible to tell what color it is. They hear a noise up the hill and turn the thermal camera up the slope. They realize coyotes are on the move, and Buck has to do his coyote call to further rile up the devil dogs. They hear another very clear howl in response, and Buck says, "I can't even begin to explain the noises that I hear coming up the holler." It's a howl. It's like a very classic sound. You know, it's like a stock sound almost.
Wilhelm howl.
We might accuse of that. Trapper and Wild Bill find a fresh 3-toed track and realize it must be close. Trapper says the track is bigger than a bear's. Wild Bill says it's probably 200 pounds, which is smaller than a bear, I would say. They call Buck over to kill Buck's doubt. They're really going to like rub his nose in it. Suddenly they hear another sound. which they say is the sound of coyotes being killed by devil dogs. And then silence.
Really crisp and clear, just to emphasize. They are crisp, clear audio.
Yeah, no, it's great. It's great stuff. Like they got some great shotgun mice that are picking up the sounds of nature out with them.
They're like,
very clearly.
Wait. Just move the mic up just a little bit. If you tear into it just a little bit, like under here.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Very impressive Foley work from the devil dogs. So Buck, has to his kind of come to Jesus moment. His faith is restored when they find 5 dead coyotes laid out for them with missing livers and almost no blood on the scene. Buck says, to walk upon the apex predator, a coyote in West Virginia, and you see 8 of them dead, where something's killed them. It's crazy. Another howl happens, and Wild Bill says, that critter means business, huh? What the hell is that animal? Using the thermal camera, Jeff spots 5 devil dogs walking towards the trap. They run towards the trap, and it's been triggered. So they fucking caught a devil dog. Like, episode 2, they caught some shit. That's crazy, right?
That is insane.
And then we get to watch them not know how to open the trap. Because they can't see into the trap, and they're like, I don't know how to get in there. So they're like, you open the door, and then I'll slide the camera. So Jeff slides the thermal camera into the trap. He sees some legs, and then we get the big reveal as they open the door fully. It wasn't devil dogs. Shockingly, it was 3, as they described them, wild dogs. Please don't take this out of context. The direct quote from Trapper. I'm not going to say it. I don't feel comfortable saying.
Oh, I think I know exactly what you're going to say because I wrote that down and I was like, I will not say this out loud.
Yeah, I can't say that out loud.
Yeah.
It features sons of bitches and some
stuff
language that could be read as racially charged in another context.
Yeah, because
we'll be steering clear of that.
I quoted it and I say, I know what you want to say.
Yeah.
The
Trapper. I don't know, Trapper. I don't know about this one, boy. The narrative is rewritten, and they say that the 3 black dogs were part of the pack of the large white female actual devil dog. They confirmed this because there was a 3-toed track right outside of the trap. And Willie posits that she may have known it was a trap, and so she sent the rest of the pack in to investigate.
Girl boss, gaslight, get key.
That's it. That's queen shit. So, again, didn't quite get the cryptid. I got very close. Very close. And that concludes episode 3 of Mountain Monsters. So, thoughts?
Can I pet that dog?
Can I pet the dog?
Can I pet that dog? Okay. We got some elevated danger in this boy. And once again, City Boy, if someone tells me there's big bad danger, 6 to 7 to 9, big to 10.
Yeah.
Who knows? 11 at this point. We don't know what happened in the between Seth and the, if someone was like, okay, they really are like, this thing will kill you for no reason at all. It's a coyote killer. It is huge attack, will kill you and eat you. So we're going to go and find that shit.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah. Trapper legit tells Richard, he's like, you're in more danger than your cows are because these things kill humans.
So we're going to go and catch these people. Yeah. And we're going to open this cage just to see if it's in there.
Yeah.
So is it like once they're in the cage, they're like, God, can't kill no more.
Right. They say that they call animal control.
Yeah, they did say they called animal control.
Yeah.
Because I did right before they said that they're going to call animal control. I'm like, now that you have these big wild dogs.
Do they shoot these dogs?
I know. I was like, why aren't they calling someone? And then they said, we called animal control. And I was like, okay. Yeah, so you didn't kill it.
Okay. You didn't kill 3 dogs in a trap. Yeah. Yeah. So weight of evidence, I feel like probably better than the first episode. I mean, like Seth has his photos of the dogs, but it's also like if you've seen a dog before, you're kind of like, it looks like a dog.
Yeah. The thing I wrote about the evidence is like You know how once again in like the first episode, like the evidence was so like, if Jeff said that it would do this thing in the evidence, it would be reflecting.
Right.
It would be like, oh yeah, they go on the hind legs and they stand like this, and then you'd see in one of the photos, one of them in the back is on their hind legs, one of them is real close to the camera so you can see how big they are, and one of them is in the center. And I was like, perfect. Put this on Vogue magazine cover.
They're ready for their spotlight.
A lot of the evidence is very like, because X said this, the evidence is going to exactly reflect that.
Right. Too perfect, maybe.
It's too perfect. It's like the evidence is too good. The danger is so big, but we're gonna go and get it anyway.
I would put Shoeless Terry as the closer, personally. That would be a change I would make. I don't think Richard or Seth compare. You know, Shoeless Terry leaves an impression.
So true, because then the narrative could be like, there's hella dogs, there's big bad dogs. We believe that this is being led by a big alpha bad wolf. And then we close out with Shoeless Terry, who's got no shoes, and he's so afraid of it. Turns out it was a girly. It was a girl. Because then that could be like the major twist of like, oh, we're so scared of these big bad dogs. Turns out it's a girl alpha.
What? It was a girl the whole time?
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been such a good story. Like, I get that, like, maybe it's like it's like, this is just a story. Shoeless Terry is doing a story. The second guy is like, I have like video, and then now the last is now I have really good photos of him.
Right.
But wouldn't it be surprised?
But I think narrative-wise, Shoeless Terry, I think, leaves the biggest impression, just as being a shoeless hermit. And also the story, I think, is more interesting than...
Yeah, it's like the scariest.
Yeah, like with Seth, it's just like, so you're not sure these are just dog... I mean, again, like the devil dog is a step down from the Barilla, you know? It's not like, I get like a black dog story, or like a, you know, like the concept of like a devil dog, like this like giant dog that comes across your path and is like this horrifying thing, right? It's generally, I think it is kind of a traditionally like an Irish legend, and it's kind of like a similar to the Banshee, I think, kind of like a ill omen. Right. So I get that where that comes in. I don't know that makes it a cryptid, you know? I would say that's, to me, that felt like a bit of a stretch to be like, well, how are you going to show something that's not just a dog, to the point where it's like, well, that can't just be a dog.
You got to give it 3 toes. You
the
got to
3
have
toes
it.
is, I guess, the only thing that they had.
You have it indiscriminately kill people just for funsies.
Yeah.
And it can drain blood and take your liver. So you got to give it a little bit like devil dog, bad omen, and also chupacabra, but chupacabra doesn't go all the way up here. This one's different.
We don't let them up here.
Oh, we don't
let them. You know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
Cryptids going up here. I don't think so. Yeah.
There's also, to me, tomato, the coyote situation.
Yeah. Okay.
How do you personally say coyote?
I say coyote.
I say coyote as well. And it comes up as both coyote and coyote in even like the same conversation. Someone will be like, yeah, it's about the size of a coyote. Yeah, like I saw the coyote here right now. So along with the linguistic magic that is being given to us by Wild Bill, I'm getting a lot of new words.
Coyote, holler.
Coyote, holler.
Yeah.
Bound to be more of them. God.
Yeah. This is a learning show, an educational show for sure.
Educational. And then I do want to say the prints, once again, they're coincidentally always on ground where the leaves have been cleared, and we can see the track very, very easily.
Very clearly. Yeah. Even without the Squidward tentacle, you can see them. Yeah.
Wait, pause. I took a screenshot. Speaking of pause, I took a screenshot. Bring in the iPad. Oh, I took several screenshots. Continue. Stop it. Don't tell me what's new in the photos. God, please help. That's not it. This is one of them. This is one of them. Stop it. Don't tell me when I took it. Oh, it's telling. Wow. Okay. So first off, it's giving me information on the screenshot and it's completely unrelated to it. It's telling me that it's a reptile. Thank you so much,
Okay.
Apple. Is this SRS?
Okay. That's the devil dog print?
I think
or is
this
that
is
the Wolfman print? Because that's
don't
that's
know.
4 toes, I see.
Oh, sorry. I'm on the wrong one then. This one.
Should
Is
he
this
show, like, 3
SRS?
toes? Yeah, that is supposed to be the devil dog print, which yeah, I mean, look, like most creatures have like 4 to 5 phalanges, like little, their finger parts. We have like all kind of share that same like basic anatomy. So a 3-fingered mammal would be, or a 3-toed mammal would be pretty unheard of.
This is so perfect.
It's a very perfect print. It's there we say another produced moment on Mountain Monsters.
Compared to a coffee can, how big do you think this is compared to a coffee can and or trapper's hand?
I think this one is going to be smaller than a coffee can because Wild Bill says is 200 pounds.
200 pounds. So that's okay.
So that's like normal human size. That could be.
Yeah. It's like 2. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's a person.
Yeah.
That's a human being. That's a human being in a suit. Has anyone checked if there was, I know this was 2013, but if there was a furcon nearby?
Yeah.
But a lot of the prints are so beautifully printed on the floor.
Yeah, the devil dog prints are really above and beyond in terms of how clear they are.
They saw so many as well.
They find an overwhelming amount of devil dog prints. And then I think like Richard's footage is also just like, because I feel like they don't look like they're in the environment, the dogs, when they're like running through the woods.
Yeah. Does Richard is the one who has, God help me. Oh no, not wrong episode, JD.
Wrong episode. Okay, yeah.
Once again, I did watch this in one day.
Yeah.
All in one day, with my brain going, what is going on?
Yeah.
It's okay. I will say that Richard is the one who, when he was delivering all of the information so far between episode 1 and 2, he felt like the most real in terms of like dialogue and how he was acting.
Yeah, I can see that.
Despite the video that he had.
The video being bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, you are the most real person in this room right now. Between you and I, you are the most real here. And I appreciate you for that. Do we okay. Say all of these witnesses are real, right? Do we think that was like when they were talking to like the producers at the time of like, what do I say, right? The producers are gonna be like, oh, let's make sure you say this, let's make sure you say that. Yeah. So like when you're telling the evidence, you don't like forget anything. It's like, is the sort of practiced scripted sounding of when people retell their witness stories because they have to hit certain points of their story. It's real, but as a producer, I have to remind you to hit certain points of your story.
Yeah, I have to remind you that this is a 7 foot tall, 400 to 600 pound Wolfman we're talking about.
Yeah. Like beat for beat, this is how it has to go. I appreciate your story being real, but every single time.
There's that. Yeah, I feel like there's only a bit of that. Yeah, I wonder if that carries over into the later episodes as much, or if they let go of the desire to act like they're presenting actual evidence. We'll find out.
Hey guys, if you're interested in that, you will have to stick with us eternally as we go through all of these.
Forever and ever.
Forever and ever. What did you? This one had me really. I think I stopped taking notes in terms of like what was happening in the episode, and more I was questioning myself.
Okay. What have you got?
Okay. So, why is the goal always to catch it? I know we already said that in the first one, but why is the goal always to catch it and kill it and show it off like a trophy?
Yeah.
And then I was like, is this how thylacines got eradicated?
Yeah, probably.
And I don't know. Like, okay.
Yeah.
You and me out in the woods, crew of 5 to 7 people, not devil dogs. Yeah. We're gonna go. Okay, maybe because the act has to have a point, right? Like, okay, maybe our point is like we're gonna go catch evidence and then fuck it, go home.
Yeah, right.
Is that meaningful enough?
I think there's a little bit of kind of like an element of like maybe like exploitation, right? Like it's kind of like the Duck Dynasty wave of like, oh, let's make fun of rednecks and like have these like funny hill people, you know, and like their crazy ways. I think that's definitely played up a little bit. I mean, obviously, like I think Trapper knows what bipedal means.
Yeah.
They play it up for sure. So I think the hunting and killing is kind of like, oh, this goes along with kind of the Duck Dynasty. We're hunters. We're like outdoorsmen vibe, you know. And it's like, it's like somebody was like, okay, what sets us different? What makes us more redneck, more hick? Than like finding Bigfoot. It's like we'd kill it. That's our hook. If we find these things, we'll kill them. Yeah, I think that might be it.
Okay, so then
that's my theory. Yeah,
that is a good one because like I don't know what was happening during this time. What did I put? We had in terms of Destination America, Mountain Monsters around the time was like the one, but then Finding Bigfoot was also around during that time, like 2011. Yeah. So they already had 2 years ahead of them. And we had like Monster Quest and all of these things. Maybe that is what sets them apart during that time, right?
Yeah. Is that Duck Dynasty started in 2012.
Yeah, so that's like just like fresh off the mind.
Yes. Yeah, so I think that they were kind of riding the Duck Dynasty wave a little bit.
Yeah, I get it as like a draw because like, okay, if I'm watching this with my head in mind that this is all real, yeah, that would be cool for an episode to conclude with. And also they fucking caught the devil dog actually.
Yeah. And like, they fucking killed it.
And they fucking killed it because like in the right sense, like,
yeah,
cool, now this thing is no longer killing indiscriminately and not girl bossing around the woods to eat all the coyotes, but also like, we just proved that this is real.
And they drove around with it on the hood of their Ford F-150.
Ford truck. Yeah, like I think by the time I was on episode 2, so I'm very excited about what I do for the rest of this. Is like I really was like questions galore. Like, I don't know, Ben. I don't know. It's like, I don't know. What did you think about like the danger of this one? Like,
I mean, you know, like presume like a dog, it could be dangerous. So I think that they were in more danger than the Wolfman episode because I don't think there was a Wolfman near them. You know, potentially one of them could have gotten bit by a dog that could, you know, have to go get a rabies shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do I think like the devil dog thing? I don't think it was a devil dog, but again, like I still fall back on like a devil dog is not the best cryptid. As like episode 2, you're gonna go to like devil dog.
You already ran out.
You like that seems like a bottom of the barrel one, you know?
Yeah, it's like okay. The devil dog in this sense, in the lore that they have provided us, versus a chupacabra.
Chupacabra is still cooler. I mean, like, come on.
100%.
Yeah.
This was just like, it's it like could be just a rabbit dog.
This could just be a dog, just a big white dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not that impressive, you know?
I do like that they added that, like, oh, it drains your blood and also takes your, like, liver.
Yeah, right. The research shows. Like, I did, once they happened upon the
large amount of coyotes that are just dead. They're like,
Yeah.
it took the liver.
Yeah. Like,
no forensics needed. No additional sort of
devil dog. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that's what. Maybe as once again, city boy, a hunter, you could tell that the liver is gone and that this has been drained of blood.
Yeah.
In the night. They're not wearing like night vision goggles or cameras, right?
They wear headlamps, I think, right?
Headlamps. That's it.
Yeah, I think so. Here's a potentially closing question for you. Do you think that Trapper took the rectums out of those dead coyotes?
I mean, listen.
His jar.
Yeah, like waste not.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right? He probably okay. Let's say these are the real dogs. These are real coyotes. And you are like a hunter person, right? And you like are someone who sees like, here's a thing that we could like do, like let's not waste this thing because then I need my cursed sort of sauerkraut ready, but also like I don't want this to go to waste by just like there's a bunch of them. Like I'm not gonna go out and kill coyotes in order to source this thing, mayhaps.
They're right here.
They're right here. I'm be like, hey, producers, hold on. I'm like, I know this is outside of call time, so this is Trapper time, and Trapper time means I'm gonna go and harvest.
I can do what I want.
I can do whatever I want, right? The call sheet is done.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe this is how Trapper gets them. Maybe that's why he knows so much. He's so intimate with the concept of the devil dog, is because he cleans after the devil dog's duty.
Yeah, he's like a scavenger for devil dogs.
Okay. I know that seemed like it was the closing question, but I do want to ask about this thing. The strategies of filming in this episode.
Okay.
We have seen them in the first one as well, but I feel like they're really heightened in this one, which is like the constant moving guerrilla type filming of like you don't ever get to it's like the strategy of like a fight scene, right? The camera follows it's never like a static thing, so you don't overthink about like the angle, and then filming in black and white because it's night vision camera.
It's nighttime. Yeah, right.
I feel like it has it. Okay, let me just pretend that this is not real. I think that the strategy of doing night vision and also really moving around a lot hides a lot of bad SFX and not cool, not like things. Because like we don't look at the dead bodies of the coyotes like for longer than like like a second, but also like I'm not gonna see the blood and like maybe think too much about it being fake because it's in black and white.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like some of the coyote footage, I was like, is that the same footage that they used earlier in the episode too? But they're like black and white.
Yeah.
I think it probably was.
What are your thoughts on the usage of that as a way to make things a little bit realer?
No, I think overall it's a good strategy. I think like I mean like this is a show where you're kind of making a bit of a nothing burger. Like you have to make not finding a cryptid seem interesting on camera.
Yeah.
And so, I think that, like, you're right, like, kind of the action shots and the, like, guerrilla filmmaking aspect of it, where you can have these, like, these gentlemen running around somebody's property, and make it seem like they're, like, in dire danger, or at least, like, something is happening, and they're not just dicking around in the woods. Yeah.
The Blair Witch found footage style filming.
Effect. Yeah.
I feel like we could also be taking notes for when we inevitably, can I speak? Inevitably go forth
get in
and
those woods.
Get in those woods and shoot our pilot pilot episode.
Yeah, there we go. Let's do it.
Let's take some fucking notes. We have to remember our gear and our hats.
Yeah, we're GoProing for sure.
We're GoProing. We are carrying mics. Maybe do people use like the Kinect Xbox camera outside?
Oh yeah, I don't know. I think that's just like a ghost hunting thing. But we could be the first ones to bring it out there.
We are going to find the
Outdoors ghosts.
Outdoor ghosts. We're gonna find
Yeah.
the Kentucky Wolfman. We're gonna fucking find the devil dog. We're gonna find it all, and we're gonna be the pioneers of Outdoor Connect.
Outdoor Connect. Yeah. Outdoor. Dancing man.
What's on
This
that tree?
What's on that tree? This episode was produced by me, Ben and JD. Music provided by Yager Frank. And yeah, we'll be back with more mountain monsters on the next one, episode 3, the Grassman.